Hi, I'm Claudia Brown Coulter with Pivotal Peace. I am your go-to mediator for navigating divorce while parenting children with special needs. I'm also a legal document assistant, LDA, based in the greater Los Angeles area. Today we're talking about legal separation versus divorce. What's the difference? How you should make that decision? Well, only you know if you could make what decision should be made and if it's the right decision or not, but let's lay some things out. So a legal separation, you use the exact same paperwork as you would in a divorce. It's the exact same process. You decide the parenting plan for your children, child support is figured out, spousal support if there's going to be anything. You're going to be dividing your assets and your debts. The benefits, one of the differences is that at the end of the process, you are still married. People like legal separation because they can maintain their health benefits, the health insurance from their partner, if their partner is covering them on their health insurance. Your spouse, because they will remain your spouse, still has the ability to make medical decisions for you. And a divorce is the complete termination of a marriage. The same steps, deciding your parenting plan, we are deciding the division of assets and debts. We are looking at child support, spousal support, all of those things. And at the end, you are officially divorced. You are free to remarry someone else. If you had a maiden name and you took on your spouse's name, you can petition the courts that you can change your name back. So when you're legally separated, you are still married. Means you can't marry someone else. People make this decision either for religious reasons, cultural reasons, familial reasons, or medical reasons. And that's one I see a lot. It's really related to money and medical because they need to stay on that insurance. Or they want to provide for their spouse and keep them on their insurance. As you go through the legal separation process and you complete it, if you are doing legal separation so that you can separate for a set amount of time to see if reconciliation is possible, if you decide to reconcile, you can petition the court to vacate that ruling. If you decide to go ahead and stay separated and convert it to a divorce, depending on how long it's been, the court may allow you to convert it to a divorce, or very likely you'd have to start the whole process over again to make it a divorce. The other thing, so there's pros, right? There are pros. Health insurance is a pro. You might be able to reconcile your marriage. It could be in line and in keeping with religious or cultural or family values. The cons are it doesn't allow for remarriage. You are still married, so that can create some relational limbo, and it's just as complex as a divorce. Speaking of that, just because you aren't, I'm thinking about how to word this. So at the end of a legal separation process, you are still married. And what if you're in a relationship with someone else and you want to marry them? You've got to finalize that divorce. You got to do that divorce. Or what if you are in a relationship with someone else, but your spouse, because you're legally separated, has the ability to make medical decisions for you, not your current partner? Or what if you're like, I just don't ever want to be married again. I don't care. And you want to just separate and be done and cut this off. You're going to need a divorce because a legal separation keeps you legally tied to that person and you're emotionally tied to that person. Okay? Legal separation. Now, the pro of divorce is that it's finalized. You can marry someone else, or you can just be like, ew, gross, remarriage, no thanks. But I'm not going to be tied to you, right? Like that's a pro. I get to move on. There's closure. It's done. This chapter is closed and I'm free to embrace whatever comes for me in the future or comes to me in the future. Divorce allows you to close that chapter so you can be open to something better. One of the cons, people see this as a con. There could be a religious stigma. My 2 cents is you have to make the decision that's right for you and your life and your family. And not let somebody's religious stigma get in the way. Find a new place to worship. You didn't ask, but I'm telling you. Divorce is hard. It's like a death. It's emotional. People get afraid of you. They want to stay away. They're just like, oh, is this disease? Can I catch this? This is hard. Divorce is hard. So that's a con of that. Hey, it's going to be the same process, the same expenses as a legal separation. Obviously, you can reconcile with your spouse. You could get remarried again, but that actual marriage that you're under, you'd have to start a new one. Some people do it. Okay. So this is a personal decision. One of the things that I didn't talk about in this video is that sometimes if you're just waiting to establish residency in California, you can start the legal separation process, slowly work your way through it. When you reach that 6-month residency requirement, before you finalize your legal separation, you can convert it into a divorce. You could do that. But really, for the most part, people who want a legal separation, they know they want a legal separation. I need you to be prepared for the fact that in California, it's no different than a divorce in terms of the paperwork. It's the same cost, it's the same process, it's the same paperwork process, but it's also the same process in the court itself. The difference is that there is no 6-month waiting period to process a legal separation. It's a heavy decision to make. It keeps you tied to that person. It allows that you to stay on, to continue with those medical benefits, but it also leaves the door open so that there's this part of your life that's just not done, that's not closed. So you really have to think really, really, really hard about the emotional ramifications of leaving that open. And also the emotional ramifications of getting a divorce. And once you make up your mind, then do it. Don't allow someone to convince you of something that you don't wholeheartedly believe in. I like to tell people, take your time so that when you look back on this part of your life, you have no regrets. It doesn't matter how long you take to decide what to do. Legal separation, divorce, stay married, doesn't matter. But once you decide what to do, don't look back. I know this isn't an easy decision. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you with the process, point you in the right direction towards resources that will help you as you navigate this process. If you have questions, please reach out. Have a great day.